The very first show we did in Europe, Sons of Apollo, was at Hellfest. So France was the very, very first European show for this band, and now here we are in Paris, and we do Lyon and Toulouse, and so yeah, I think the audience really is enjoying the shows. I think everywhere we play, the audience are just like, it's just the musicianship is crazy. The performances, everybody in the band is like a real performer and very energetic on stage. So yeah, it's a amazing live band. Yeah, we extend some things like Divine Addiction, for instance. We extend the ending, and it now has a whole little bass solo spot in it. And me personally, I'm always changing the drum parts. Even if the arrangements are still the same, I never write out my drum parts. I just jam. When we're in the studio, we hit record and I'll do 3 different takes and play completely different fills each and every time. And whatever ends up in the album is just what I happen to play at that moment. And I'm the same way live on stage. From night to night, the fills are different. Obviously, the songs are consistent and the parts, the time signatures and all that. But the fills and some of the little nuances are always just spontaneous. That's just the way I play. Well, the 2 biggest differences between a festival show and a headlining show, first of all, is the conditions. A festival show, you don't have a sound check. You're kind of just thrown up there. The monitors may be crazy. Obviously, you're playing to a lot more people, so that's really nice, but the conditions are usually a lot tougher. And also, the set list is shorter. When we played at Hellfest, we probably played 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I don't remember. At our own headlining shows, we play a 2-hour show, and it's obviously the conditions are in control. We have a proper sound check, we have our crew, we have our gear, the stage is ours. So, these are the pros and cons between festivals and headlining shows and doing your own club shows and doing, support slots. Every condition is a little different, and each has its good points and its bad points. We wrote the entire Sons of Apollo album pretty much in one sitting. Myself and Derek and Bumblefoot, for the most part, it was the 3 of us, and we were in Ocean Studios in California, in Los Angeles, and we were there for about 10 days, and we wrote the entire album right there and then, at least all the music. Then once the music was done, myself and Derek worked with Jeff Scott Soto on getting all the lyrics and the melodies, a few months later. So. Yeah, but it was a collaborative process. The whole album was, and there's a lot of different things going on in the album, a lot of different styles. For me, it's important to branch out and do so many different things. That was one of the reasons I needed to leave Dream Theater, is because I wanted to explore all these other things. There's a side of me that loves the Beatles, and a side of me that loves Radiohead, and there's a side of me that loves Pantera, and I want to be able to explore all these things. So now I can do Radiohead stuff with Flying Colours, or I could do Pantera stuff with Metal Allegiance, or, that was the thing. I needed these different outlets, and between the Neil Morse Band and Metal Allegiance and Sons of Apollo, Winery Dogs, Flying Colours, they all give me different things. Plus I can go out and tour with Twisted Sister or with Avenged Sevenfold and do all these other kind of hired gun gigs, and I needed to be able to explore these things. To me, I'm a music fan of so many different styles. I don't ever want to just be one thing. I want to be all of it. I think it all is part of what makes me who I am.